I'm coming on today to do a layout for Mintay Papers. I'm going to use Garage Collection. I have papers 1. You see here, look at this paper, paper number 2. And I have some white cardstock and this gorgeous new stencil. I think it is so incredibly cool. It's called Crackle. It's one of these stencils you can use on just about anything. It is a 6x8 stencil and it's a really nice sturdy material, yet it is still flexible. I'm going to use paint colors called Navy as well as Anthracite, as well as our very new chalk paste. So I'm going to start with the chalk paste and the stencil, and then we are going to start getting all kinds of interesting mixed media technique going. Now, I love that this chalk paste it's a nice bright white, but it dries so incredibly quickly. So you are able to get your paste onto your project. It goes through the stencil just like butter. And before you know it, you are ready to do any other kinds of mixed media that you want to do. So it's a definite win. You need it in your mixed media library. And here you can see how fantastically this applies. What I want to do is get a little bit of color in the background of this project, yet I don't want to cover all of that gorgeous paste. So I'm just using my little mixing rod and scraping off some of the color and going in with lots of water. I'm going to dilute this and create kind of like a chalk watercolor and just let the colors kind of run where they want to. I'm not going to fill in every bit of this background. I want it to be variegated and, quite frankly, rather grungy. Now, while this is still really good and wet, I want to go in and add just a little bit of metallic gold from my stash, as well as a little bit of a white from my stash. And it's a white gloss that I'm going to go ahead and add in. And the reason why is I want it to have just a couple of metallic shiny touches here and there. Now, finally, I'm making just a little bit of splatters with my same navy chalk paint. I am loving the look of it. It splatters so beautifully, and you can get all different concentrations of this blue tone. So I have it super watery, it's lighter, and splatters are darker. Then I'm going to go in and do the same thing with the anthracite so that I can get some depth into my background using this nice charcoaly kind of a black tone. So I'm just finishing up. I'm doing some nice anthracite splatters all around the outside as well. It's giving it an overall kind of grunge vibe, very, very in keeping with the Garage Collection. And I think this is going to turn out beautifully. Now I'm going to go ahead and let this dry off to the side, and then we will start popping all of the goodies on top. All right, so at this point, I want to go ahead and add a little bit of interest, and I'm going to grab a few of these pattern papers and tear them all at the same time so that the tear lines will all match up. So you'll be able to see what I mean right here. So once I spread them apart, they all wave together and I have a nice little bit of contrast. I'm going to do the same thing top and the bottom. I grabbed some of these gorgeous Chippies pieces and I went ahead and embossed them in a bit of black. So I'm going to have a nice strong inky color, bringing in the anthracite paint as well as the black touches that are all over this collection. And now I just want to kind of play around a little bit and see where I might want to get all of these pieces to go. They are absolutely gorgeous. Now I did choose to go ahead and detail cut out these pieces because I wanted that white outline in the middle of all of this grunge. I need a little bit of white to separate out from all of my patterns. So I'm going to just faff around a little bit and see what I can fit in here. And then I realized that these two pieces right here will spell out the word so. So it's going to give me the ability to have a title read So Classic. So now I have all of these pieces down. I have my photo popped up on a little dimensional adhesive, and I'm getting the rest of these little tiny pieces, like these little caps, popped up on a little bit of dimension. And it's, really just to give myself all kinds of different layers. I mean, this thing is so layered up and so fun and so full of mixed media. But we have those itty bitty little pieces that are in our die cut packs, and they are perfect for, finishing up our layout, adding a little something at the end. I am making sure to use some liquid adhesive on this because anytime you have mixed media, it's a little hard to just use dry adhesive and expect your papers and die cuts and all that kind of stuff to stay down. So giving myself just a little extra insurance that everything will stay put. So this is what we have at this point. Now what I want to do is come in with a little bit of mixed media again to create some splatters. I have my navy paint. It is absolutely gorgeous. And I want to go and get it with a little bit of water and sprinkle it here, there, and everywhere. This navy paint is absolutely gorgeous when it's watered down just a little bit, and it's allowing me to get just a little bit of that mixed media up on top of my die cuts and my pattern papers and all of those little goodies in the cluster, so it brings it all together ever so nicely. And that is this layout all complete. I wanted to bring it up for a couple of close-up shots for you. This collection is so fun and so masculine and full of all kinds of fantastic photorealistic, texture and all of that good stuff. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and y'all, I'll be back ever so soon with another video.